Hi, I'm Hiten Shelar. I'm the author of Astrophysics for Non-mathematicians and Cosmology for a newbie book. And today I'm sharing you guys like how my journey in astrophysics and cosmology began and why I written up books on it and what value they provide. So let's begin with the journey. So all starts when I was 5 years old and my mummy daddy took me to a planetarium, a city planetarium in Mumbai, where I had an access to a completely new world around me. The planetary was designed in a way like there were stars all around us, and there were some planets tied on the ceiling, and they were floating up there. And I was asking my daddy like what those planets are. Like one of them even have was having a ring around it, so that was Saturn particularly. But I was asking my dad what those planets are, because that time I had no idea of something more than Earth. So he told me that those are just new worlds. So that come new worlds. I was totally amazed that time. So because I was Earth was the only planet I was knowing that time, and I was thinking like stars, all those things are are just in the sky, which is in the earth itself. So stars and all things are inside the earth. I was believing that theory when I was 5 years old. So but that it got a lot of interest, a new theory, like that there's something beyond the earth, and there are stars, there are planets and stuff like that. And that's how my journey in astronomy and astrophysics begins. So it was just a beginning, but when I was 10 years old, I was asking questions like what our universe is, what is time, what is gravity, where are like how large our universe is, where is the center of a universe, and if the universe has a boundary, then what is beyond that boundary? Like what if I let's say if I break that boundary, and then what is beyond that boundary? So those were really unanswered questions until now. I just got the answers to this question like within this 2 to 3 year time period. So uh, that time those questions were not answered. So I was very curious about that. So when I was in seventh standard, that time I was 12 years old, and I was had a I learned about black holes that time, and it was very new concept for me that time. And the first thing I learned that about black holes was uh, that time stops near black hole. And I completely got stunned because time for me that time was something which I was to believe like it exists in clock. It exists on on your wristwatch. It exists on your whatever you have like clocks at your homes. So at your home. So that was just the definition of time for me when I was 12 years old. But that really stunned me. So I was looking this universe entirely differently, because I was just thinking time is something different, like like it's something real. So black hole is playing that with that stuff which was not seen by me, not seen by anyone else. It's playing with that stuff. So that kind of interests me. So that made my interest, you know made my interest spike. And so that again the interest got spiked over there. So when I was 14 years old, I was in ninth standard, I watched movie Interstellar. My friend made me watch that movie. Like why so late? Because I don't know, that movie was originally released in 2017, but I got to know about it in 2017 because I don't know why, but thankfully my friend made me watch that movie, and that movie was just amazing because it was all about black holes and stuff I never imagined like that. Where like I was known that black hole, like it halts down your time when you're near to it. And again, even light cannot uh, can get out of it, can escape it. But in Interstellar movie, I was like watching the entire thing on a screen on a TV, and that was a great experience. And my interest again got hiked. you know so after then, Like I was so much interested in I got so much interested in astrophysics and astronomy, and I was like studying stuff where you don't need mathematics to understand. I was going through various stuff on the internet. I was reading various books like the special and general theory of relativity. It had a lot of mathematics in it, but I just covered some theoretical part in that, whatever may be available. But the best part I discovered that was well, the best part was included in mathematics. So it's like my curiosity was increasing the day by day. I was getting more and more knowledge, and my curiosity was like, okay, learn something new, more. No, let's something more again, more and more and more. But that mathematics was becoming hindrance, because at the time I was 14 or 15. My I had some basic mathematics cleared, but I was not having that much level of mathematics you need for you know concepts, complex concept of astrophysics, like where you have tensor calculus to in the game. So I was not completely known about that theory. So when I was 15 years old, yeah, I I begin with a little bit of calculus, very introductory, basic level. And when I was 16, I completely mastered it. Then when I was uh, like in 12th standard or 18 years old, I completely mastered the stuff you need to learn astrophysics and cosmology concepts. And time goes by, as time go on, I learn a lot of things. I learn from the those mistakes. Today I'm in the place where my every curiosity about astrophysics and cosmology is like fulfilled, you know and now I'm searching for, like, I'm looking for, finding the answers to my questions again, new questions again, doing some research on it and things like that. But the one thing is that, when I was in between those years, when I was 15 to like 18, no, 15, no, it was like 14 to 16 years old. When I was 14 like when I was 14 years old to when I was 16, that in those two periods I was like struggling with mathematics, learning mathematics, and getting non-mathematical knowledge. That time I was very curious. I used to take some mathematical knowledge about calculus. I was educating myself, and then I used to, like, get back to the astrophysics stuff, where I needed that particular mathematics. Again, the same thing, like mathematics, astrophysics. I used to do like that. But in that whole journey, I learned a lot, many things non-mathematically. So I thought to now recently, then last year, I thought to summarize though that entire non-mathematical knowledge into a book, and I decided to publish my book Astrophysics for Non-mathematicians, which summarizes those entire 2 years when I had the completely non-mathematical knowledge. And again, after that, after my math, and when I'm now, I'm at the place where I can understand, like, uh, any mathematics in my field of astrophysics and cosmology. So I written book Cosmology for a Newbie. It answers the question like where our universe is, and where is the center of our universe, how large it is, and where it all began, and where it's gonna end, like when it's gonna end, uh, you know, and stuff like that. So hope so you guys enjoy my book, and that's it.